Hey Wanderers, today I'm going to be doing tips for dealing with eczema in babies. In babies or on babies? On babies. On babies. I've written down a list of things that worked for me. I just want to clarify, I'm not a doctor. However, I did speak to her pediatrician and her family doctor about ways to deal with it because she did have such severe eczema. Her eczema was mainly on her face, but she does, now it's not so much on her face, but on her back and legs and other body parts. So I've written down all the things that worked for me, and I will show you guys some tips, or show you guys some tips. I will show you guys some products that also helped me. So yeah, let's just get right into it, and I hope this helps you in some way. First tip is to use cornstarch in the bath water if you have hard water. I'm not sure whether this would work for regular water, but I was actually told this by a friend that when you have hard water, speaking like well water, to put cornstarch in the water, and it just helps soften the water a bit, and that actually did help a lot. That was probably the biggest thing that helped ease her eczema. The next tip is to use simple soaps. You don't need to go out and buy these expensive products that have a million ingredients in it that you don't even know what half of them are. If you could find hypoallergenic or ones for sensitive skin, but make sure you read the ingredients. You should be able to understand what is in it mostly. And if there's anything that seems harsh, do your research. Don't get that soap. We use the Arbonne ABC, I think it's what's called, baby soap shampoo and wash, and that is fantastic. We've also used Burt's Bees, Live Clean, etc., etc. The next tip is actually straight from my pediatrician, and he told me you do not need to wash all of your baby with soap. Just do the hair, privates, and armpits, and if they've been really dirty, under the chin. The more soap you put on them, the more sensitive it does make their skin, because it does take away the natural oils and all of that good stuff. So we did start doing that, and the eczema has gone down. The next tip is fairly straightforward. If you're going to be giving your baby gripe water, which I recommend that you don't, I did, and I regret it, make sure to always wipe their face. My biggest thing was, like, I didn't want to wake her. So if she had some formula or a little bit of Tylenol that came out of her mouth, or gripe water, I was really bad for like sticking the soother in and being like, okay, she's sleeping, don't wake her. However, that's probably one of the worst things you can do, and I learned that fairly quickly, that even though they're sleeping, it's best to wipe their face clean with a wet cloth, no soap, just a wet cloth. Make sure the cloth is nice and soft on their face, especially if they have facial eczema, and make sure they're nice and clean. Always check under here, around their mouth. That's where I find the eczema is the worst. She got it all up her cheeks, which obviously she didn't have like formula all over her cheeks, but it was here, and because one area is irritated, that's all it takes, and the rest will go as well. So the next tip, and the last tip, is to make sure you use moisturizer. Try to avoid those steroid-based creams, as they do kind of upset the balance of their skin. I know doctors prescribe them, but they're really not that great, and even my pediatrician said, like, you don't need it, it's unnecessary. Try to stick to like organic, really good creams. We use the Arbonne cream, and it's done miracles. We moisturize her tons in the day just to keep her skin nice and soft. Also avoid towels and stuff that are rough, and make sure to use, oh see, I'm adding tips. Make sure to use baby like sensitive skin detergent for the wash, because anything that will upset, like if something rubs on their skin and upsets the balance of their skin, let's say, you're just inviting eczema to come back into that area. These are all just simple things that you have to do to make sure that you keep your baby comfortable. There's so many more, and I'm sure you can do your research and find many, many more. So these are just basically tips that help me. This doesn't mean guaranteed they will help you, but maybe it just gives you a little bit of insight of things that you can try and hope they work. If you have any other tips for dealing with eczema, even in adults, leave them down below, because I am always open to trying new things to help make Sophia more comfortable. So yeah, that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!